book up wide and meet adventures that await for you. Live and learn and laugh and play whenever your dream comes true. You could swim along the river all the way to the sea. You could fly up in the sky above the clouds and trees. You could plant a flower garden up on top of the moon. You could swing through the jungle all afternoon. Wherever our story takes us, I can't wait to see. Yes, friends, come and read with me. It's online story time.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Online Storytime at your Grand Rapids Area Library. I'm Miss Tracy.
And Grandma Pat.
And we are so excited you're with us today. Hey Grandma Pat, before we start talking choo-choo about that thing we're going to talk about, should we sing?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, Storytime friends, would you sing with us? All right, here we go. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. Or your knees, stomp your feet, or your eyes, clap, clap. You can clap anything you want to. So, Grandma Pat, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, you know, I was thinking about one time when I was a little girl. I must have been, I don't know, 5, 6 years old, which was not yesterday. It was a long time ago. We went to Des Moines because I lived in Iowa. We went to Des Moines and we got on a train. And we went all the way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota to see my Aunt Bertha and Uncle Clayton. They lived in Sioux Falls. And I don't remember a lot of the trip, but I remember sitting in the dining room and they had a white cloth on the table. And we ate right on the train and I was just amazed. I've never forgotten that. I've taken a lot of train trips since then, but that was my first and my favorite.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing trip.
Was.
I've only taken one train trip, and that was just from here to Chicago, and we didn't even eat on the train, so it wasn't nearly that exciting. But oh, that sounds like a great memory. Storytime friends, have you ever been on a train? Not too many people travel by train anymore. It used to be a really popular way to travel before everybody had cars and everybody had their own ways to get around. But it used to be that if you wanted to go anyplace, you went by train, which was really, really cool. And now, trains are still all around this country, but just like this one, instead of carrying people, mostly they carry things. They carry paper from one place to another. They might carry coal from one place to another. If something is needed on the other side of the country, it either goes by train or it goes by truck. But today, we're going to talk about trains. Hey, Grandma Pat, do you have any good books about trains?
I've got a couple great books. One about a little teeny tiny train that got to see a lot of good stuff.
Wow, I look forward to that.
Yep.
Here we go with trains, Miss Tracy.
Oh, I love trains.
That's what this person does too. I Love Trains by Philemon Sturgis, illustrated by Sherry Halprin. It's brought to us by HarperCollins. Look at this. This is so special. They're telling you the names of some of the cars on the train. This is a tender. It's pulled behind the steam engine to carry extra water or coal. A hopper car can carry enough grain to feed a horse for 8 months. Boxcars often carry cows, horses, or pigs. Flat cars carry cars, boats, trucks, or even airplanes and helicopters, all on flat cars, because they don't fit into boxes. Okay, let's see what they have to say about trains. Trains, trains, trains. I like trains. I like trains that hoot and roar as they rumble by my door. And here's some of those boxcars. Looks like they got cows and pigs. And oh, look, they've got apples. And apparently they carry worms in them too. That's interesting. And here's a flat car that's got a truck on it. First come engines, big and strong, pulling lots of cars along. One engine's pulling all of those cars. They don't have engines in them. They just have to go along. Some cars keep things from the rain. Some cars carry trucks or grain. Grain is like corn or wheat. Or cows. Or hogs. Or gas. Or logs. Some carry steel, some carry scrap. Those are throwaway cars that they're taking to make into something else. They're recycling these cars. Or secret stuff that's under wrap. What do you think this might be? It's got an American flag on it. Looks like something maybe for the space program, maybe space shuttle? Oh my goodness. But the best car's at the end. And as the train goes round the bend, I wave. I'm glad to see the car that carries Dad. Trains, trains. I love trains. See why? Because his dad is involved with trains. And look here, we have more. We've got the ones we had before. Then we have gondola cars. Carry scrap metal like old cars and stove. We saw them carry those cars. A tanker car can carry enough water for 4 big swimming pools. And the caboose is a place for the train's conductor to sleep. And there you have I Love Trains.
Storytime, friends. Grandma Pat, let's do a flannel. Anybody? Yes. All right. This flannel board is called This Old Train, and it actually is about a steam engine train. We often don't see steam engines that look like this anymore, but at one time, it was the way to go if you were a train. You were pulled by a steam engine. And this is called This Old Train. And here it goes. This engine, it is black. It goes chugging down the track. With a chug, chug, toot, toot, hear the whistle blow. This old train goes chugging home. Now, he needs to not carry something, but haul something behind him. So let's see what's coming next. See this car, it is white. It goes chugging out of sight. With a chug, chug, toot, toot, hear the whistle blow. This old train goes chugging home. All right, you know the tune. What's coming next? See this car, it is green. It goes chugging full of steam. With a chug, chug, toot, toot, hear the whistle blow. This old train goes chugging home. There we go. So we have the engine, a white car, and a green car. What do you think is going to come next? You ready to sing about this car? All right. See this car? It is blue. It goes chugging right by you. With the chug chug toot toot, hear the whistle blow. This old train goes chugging home. Wow, that's pretty long. I think there's room for one more car though. Here we go. See this car? It is pink. It goes chugging quick as a wink. With a, you're right, chug chug toot toot, hear the whistle blow. This old train goes chugging home. Now we are missing something. What goes at the very end of the train? I think you're right. We need the caboose. This caboose, it is red. Oh, I'm gonna have to hold him on there. I'll just hold him right there because I didn't leave quite enough space for the caboose. But there he is. This caboose, it is red. It goes chugging off to bed. With the chug chug toot toot, hear the whistle blow. This old train goes chugging home. And that train started with the engine. What car was next? The white, then green, then, you got it, blue, then pink, and finally the red caboose. Hey, thanks for playing.
We have another train book called The Littlest Train, and I'm thinking it might be that little guy up there. What do you think? It's written by Chris Gall, and it's brought to us by Little Brown and Company. Here you go. Here's the little train. In a small room, down a short flight of stairs, there lived a little train. He spent his days circling a tiny town. It was the only neighborhood he had ever known. One day the ground shook and a shadow appeared overhead. It could only mean one thing.
What is that? What made the ground shake?
Mr. Fingers was back in town. Look at these guys are. Mr. Fingers. This time, Mr. Fingers knocked over the crane, which bumped the train, who fell down, down, down into a brand new world. The little train spotted a tunnel. It was time to explore. There goes the little train through the tunnel. It's a good thing he's got a light. There's an ant. There's some mice. I wonder where they found that cheese. There's some bugs. Oh, where do you think littlest train's gonna go? Let's see. The world beyond seemed vast and strange until little train spotted something familiar in the distance. It was the biggest train he had ever seen. Got little train here. Mighty Max steamed up and offered a ride. Hey there, little one, he rumbled. When my 100 tons really get rolling, I can show you some sights. Do you think little train's gonna do it? Oh, he did! There he is! They thundered off together with the wind in their smokestacks. They're going through all this farmland. There's water and fields and trees. Oh, wow. I think he's happy. What do you think? Around the bend, Chloe Coggs chugged up and offered to carry the little train to the top of the world. They have cogs that pull them up these hills. They don't use their engines. They pull them up the hill. Come with me, little train, she said. I got 32 teeth on my gears and I never slip back. I'll take you to a place where you can see for ever. There's a little train sitting right on top of Chloe. She's an exciting friend. Forever looked wonderful, but little train realized there was one thing he could not see. His home. Luckily, Sarah's speedster was nearby. "Hop in," she said, and he really hopped. Whoa, whoa, right down into Sarah's speedster. At 150 miles per hour, we'll get you home lightning quick. Look at him go. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Sarah Speedster raced as fast as she could, but everything zoomed by in a blur, and little train could not spot his home. By the time they arrived at the switching yard, the sun was getting low. Mr. Fingers would surely have noticed that the little train was missing. There's a little train in there. Look at all the other trains. This one's getting water. He's a steam engine. He has water in him. Farley Freighter had an idea. He traveled far and wide to deliver goods, so he knew of a place where little train lived. "All aboard," he whistled. Okay, he's going to go into a boxcar. He's into a boxcar full of boxes. But he's peeking out the door. It says, "Ship to Tom's Toys." I wonder if that means something. Oh, he's going. It's nighttime. And there he is in his big boxcar all by himself. I wonder if he's a little bit nervous, do you think? Okay, they're pulling the boxes out of the boxcar, putting them all in this truck. And this truck is delivering them to Tom's Toys. Finally, the little train did not feel so little anymore, but he had no tracks, no trees, and no table, and he missed his new friends. He's in Tom's toy shop. Then, the little train saw a familiar shadow. Who do you think that might be? Mr. Fingers! It's reaching for him. So, Mr. Finger takes a big bag. He buys a lot of toys at Tom's Toys. And look who's in the bag. Oh, look at him waving. Little train was finally home. Mr. Fingers had been busy, and there was a brand new town to explore. Oh, whoop, zooms right out of his bag. And it was so much more fun to be exploring with friends. And this is some information. Remember one time we talked about nonfiction books and it had a glossary like a dictionary in the end? Well, this one has some information on bullet trains, cog railroad train engines, commuter trains, and a lot of other kinds of trains that you can read about. These are called facts at the end of the book. So we found out Lila's train had a big adventure.
Hey, Storytime friends. Grandma Pat?
Yes.
Does anybody want to wave a scarf?
No.
Because that's what it's time for. It's scarf time. Now I'm going to hand Grandma Pat Teacher Missy's favorite green scarf.
Thank you.
And I'm going to give you a minute to find your scarf. And while you're getting your scarf, or your towel, or your Kleenex, or your sock, or whatever else you're going to wave, how about a paper towel? Whatever else you're going to wave. Do you have it? Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to start with our... Did you hear something? Grandma Pat, did you hear something?
I thought I heard something.
Oh, of course. Absolutely, Stootly. Storytime friends. Zebra would like to be our friend today. Hello, Grandma Pat.
Oh, zebras don't make a lot of noise, so I'm glad he was able to say he wants to join us.
That's right. Hello, Storytime friends. I'm simply delighted to be here. All right, so Zebra, how about if you stand right here and you can watch us wave our scarves. Okay, Storytime friends, everybody have your scarf? Let's do our warm-up. Remember, where does it go first? It goes up. You're right. Here we go. My scarf goes up. My scarf goes down. My scarf goes around, 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 around. My scarf flies in. My scarf comes out. My scarf flies about, 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 about. Woo! Well, I'm a little bit warm. How about you? Should we do it faster? I know I want to do it faster. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. My scarf goes up, my scarf comes down, my scarf goes around, 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 around. My scarf goes in, my scarf comes out, my scarf flies about, 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 about. Whoa! There we go. Now, both my arms are warm and my scarf's flying around. How about if we do a train scarf song? I know, you're surprised, aren't you? I know. Actually, though, this one doesn't just have a train on it. It starts with a helicopter up here, and then we're gonna drive on some cars. Cars are driving on the road, and then our trains are gonna chug down the track. Okay, here we go. It's called On the Move. Ready? Helicopter, helicopter, way up high, way up high. See the blades are spinning, see the blades are spinning in the sky, in the sky. It's a lot of stuff going on up in the air. All right, now let's drive our cars. Here we go. Cars are driving down the road, down the road. Steering round the corners, steering round the corners. Watch them go, watch them go. All right, now you ready for our trains? Here we go. Trains are chugging down the track, down the track. See the steam rising, see the steam rising from the stack, from the stack. And that's what they call this part of the steam engine. This is called the stack, and the steam comes out of that part. Let's do that last verse one more time. All right, let's be a train one more time. Should we do it faster? I love doing it faster. Here we go. Trains are chugging down the track, down the track. See the steam rising from the stack, from the stack. And there we go. Thanks for playing.
It was fun.
Oh, Grandma Pat, Storytime friends, I had such a fun day today.
Love those trains.
And that's exactly what we read a book called I Love Trains. And then we read a book called The Littlest Train, and what an adventure
Way up there on the top.
that little train had. And then we did our colored cars on our steam engine. And do you remember what the part is called that the steam comes out of? You're right, it's called the stack. But now I'm afraid, my friends, it's time for us to say goodbye. Would you sing with us? Grandma Pat, would you sing with us?
Yes, I will sing.
All right, Storytime friends, here we go. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Story time is done today. Now it's it's time to go and play. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.